There would be times where I left my kids in the hotel room by themselves, go over to a friend's house and get high. It just got to the point where I couldn't take that struggle no more.
I grew up in a family with both alcohol abuse and physical abuse. I got married to a man who was in the Army. He was a little bit older than I was. When he got back from the first Gulf War, he became physically abusive. He tried to kill us twice. And I didn't know how to live on my own. I'd never done it, and I was having to shuttle from friend to friend to rely on other people to support us.
We were living in a house that was foreclosed on, and our landlord took off with our deposit, didn't give us any notice. The bank came out and told us we had like 12 days to move out. We bounced around. We stayed in hotels every couple weeks when we could, but most of the time we were in our car. We just knew that we couldn't have this ongoing process of just, how many churches can you go to have dinner? How many, and even though we had income, a couple nights here to rest out, to just go back out on the street it was just not okay for us.
Before Solutions for Change, my life was all about addiction, feeding my addiction and criminal activity and trying to just survive. I would get a home and I would never know how to keep it. I would get the kids back home and I could never keep them home. I would have a job for a couple of days and quit it or get fired.
I was living in a rehab facility because I had nowhere to go. I had found out I was pregnant. They told me I was 5 months pregnant, and I remember having the worst hangover of my life. I couldn't stop drinking, so I checked myself into the rehab. And I thought, you know what, my daughter needs me, She's just this little newborn baby, and I'm thinking, I gotta do this before she gets older and realizes, look, my mom's a failure. So I swallowed my pride and I went into Solutions for Change.
What Solutions for Change is just what the name sounds like, Solutions for Change. So the idea is that instead of containing homelessness and managing the symptoms of it, the sole purpose of Solutions for Change, the reason for our existence, is to solve family homelessness for kids and communities. Developing a whole plan around how do we address and solve these causative factors like addiction, domestic violence, mental illness, poverty, undereducation, underemployment. Our job here is to bring the family in, develop a partnership with them around solutions to solving those causative factors, and then together with them and the community, we execute the plan and we solve it. And we do that within what we call the Solutions University, which is 500 days on campus and 500 days off campus, 1,000 days to a permanent solution.
After Solutions, my life is completely different. I got a job thanks to the job skills Solutions taught me. I got my driver's license for the first time in my life, and I just recently made my final payment on a car. And it feels so good to know that I bought this car with money I earned, and I never, ever thought I'd be where I am today.
Since I've been here at the Solutions University, I've stabilized my life. I've got money in the bank. I have the tools to save money. They have plenty of resources here where I don't really need to spend money, so I try and put as much as I can in the bank.
I get to be that mom that I wanted to be for all those years. I have 2 of my kids that graduated, so I got to be that mom that got to take my kids to school every day.
Solutions University has given me drive and energy and willingness. It feels really good to be independent and not to have to rely on anybody.
If Solutions for Change wasn't there for me, I think I would still be struggling. I'd still be hotel hopping.
Solutions University has shown me and taught me that there is nothing that I can't accomplish today. I can face all my fears and I can accomplish a lot in my life today.
I got so much pride and confidence now that I can do this by myself. I'm self-sufficient. I don't rely on welfare or food stamps or Medi-Cal. I don't have any of that anymore. I completely do everything myself.
Having a home and having the stability and being able to have a place to hang my hat means everything to me.
My past is my past, and right now Solutions has given me something to look forward to the future.
The wake up around here in this community has been around this thing called the Solutions University. It's not a shelter, it's not a feeding program or a soup kitchen or a bunch of people running around giving hugs. Although we do all those things, the entire university is built around the idea that we're going to equip people with the skills, knowledge, and resources that they need to learn how to defeat this thing called family homelessness, not for a month or for 6 months, but forever. And so we've been able to do that for 542 families in our first 10 years. It shouldn't just be the job of a nonprofit or a government to solve something as tough as family homelessness. We think that this is an opportunity for all the different sectors of this community to rally around one cause. Let's solve this thing. Let's stop containing it. Let's stop managing the symptoms of it. We can solve it. It's a solvable condition. And the first thing that we need is people to believe that. The 542 families that we pulled out of homelessness, put through the university, got back into our community, there's $27 million in savings that we demonstrated through doing that. Because all those folks were either on welfare, they're not on welfare anymore. They were using publicly funded services, they're not using publicly funded services anymore. So in addition to saving $27 million, we've also been able to put folks back out there in the community who are active and participating and being productive. Join our cause, be part of the change, because we need you to believe. The more people that believe that this is possible, the more people that start talking about it, the more people can get out of this horrible condition called homelessness, and we can defeat this thing together. Be part of the change for today, tomorrow, and forever.